So let's have a look at a couple of slides now that talk to us about interior and exterior angles and some of the rules surrounding those. Interior and exterior angles also have some rules that we can learn and use to help us in the exam. Firstly, the interior and exterior angle will always add up to 180, and the sum of all the exterior angles is always 360. Make sure you know the difference between the two. Remember, an interior angle is inside the shape, and the exterior angle is the angle that would be created when you extend one of the sides of the shape. If we want to calculate what the interior angles add up to within a shape, we can do it as follows. We divide the shape into triangles. So here you see we could divide this hexagon into 4 triangles. Now, because we know what the angles inside a triangle add up to, it then becomes easy for us to calculate the interior angles inside polygons, or shapes with more than 4 sides. So the sum of interior angles here would be 4 lots of 180, or 720 degrees. And as this is a regular hexagon, which means all sides the same and all angles the same, each interior angle would measure 720 divided by 6, or 120 degrees. And that's how you work out the size of an interior angle within a regular shape. Now, a quicker way to calculate the number of triangles in a polygon, for example, if they gave you a polygon with 20 or more sides, is to subtract 2 from the number of sides. And this gives us the following formula for working out the sum of the interior angles. The sum of the interior angles can now be found by doing the number of sides, subtract 2, multiplied by 180. So we work out the number of triangles in the shape and multiply it by 180. Now, it's important to remember that questions that ask you to calculate interior or exterior angles will usually be based on regular shapes, where all the sides and the angles are the same. For irregular polygons, they would have to give you a diagram of the shape to help you calculate the missing angles. So let's have a look at a couple of examples now where we're working out the interior and exterior angles of either a regular or an irregular polygon. The first example we've got here is for a regular shape, in this case a dodecagon, which is a 12-sided shape, and they'd like us to calculate the size of an interior and an exterior angle. Now, the easiest way to do this is to first of all look at the exterior angles. We know they always add up to 360 degrees. So if I want to work out what an exterior angle is in this 12-sided regular shape, I simply do 360 divided by 12, which you should be able to see gives us 30 degrees. So each exterior angle on this regular dodecagon is 30 degrees. Now, if I want to work out the interior angle, well, remember the interior and the exterior angle form a straight line when they're put together. So my interior angle would simply be 180 subtract 30, or 150 degrees. So this would be my interior angle, and this would be my exterior angle. Now, if we look at another example, this is a case here where we have an irregular polygon. So for an irregular polygon, they have to give you all the other interior angles apart from the one they're asking you to find in order for you to find it. So therefore, in this example, they've given us, it's a 7-sided irregular polygon, they've given us 6 out of the 7 angles, which means we can work out what that missing one is. First of all, we need to know what the angle sum of a heptagon is. Now, we know it is the number of sides take away 2, well that's 7 subtract 2, multiplied by 180. So that's 5 lots of 180, or 900 degrees. So I know all the angles inside that shape add up to 900 degrees. Now, if I want to work out that missing one, x, I simply add all the others together and subtract it from 900. So it'll be 900 subtract the total of all of those angles added together, which is 765 degrees. So x, therefore, is going to equal 135 degrees. So we worked out what all the angles inside added up to, and then worked out what the missing one was by subtracting the total of all the others from 900. Now, the second part wants us to work out angle Y. Well, you can see there that angle Y is an exterior angle, so we know that that angle Y plus the 122 that it's next to make 180 altogether. So Y will simply be 180 subtract 122, which will give me an answer of 58 degrees for Y. So to work out interior or exterior angles of irregular polygons, they'll always have to give you enough information in the question to work out the values. Right, so this final question we've got, again about interior and exterior angles, tells us that the angle in the centre of a regular polygon is 30 degrees. And they want to know how many sides does the polygon have and what is each interior and exterior angle worth. Okay, so let's deal with the first bit first. They tell us that the angle in the centre of the regular polygon is 30 degrees. So it's a regular polygon, so I imagine I have all of those 30 degrees that make up the centre of my shape. So how can I work out how many sides it has from knowing that centre angle? Well, if each one of those angles at the centre is 30 degrees, well, I can work out how many I'd need of those to make the full 360. So, simply enough, I do 360 divided by 30, and it tells me there are 12 sides to my shape. Now I know there are 12 sides, I can work out what each interior and exterior angle are worth. Well, I know that an exterior angle of a 12-sided shape would be 360 divided by 12. So 30 degrees. So that's my exterior angle. Quite simply, 30 degrees. 360 divided by the number of sides. Now I know that, I can work out my interior angle, because I know interior and exterior angles make 180. So all I need to do is 180 subtract 30, which gives me my interior angle of 150 degrees. So even though that question sounds like it doesn't give you much information, using those simple facts that we know about interior and exterior angles, we can work out the solutions quite easily.